Cześć, witam Was bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z Dragon Age'a. Tak jak mówiłam, dzisiaj sobie pochodzimy tutaj po naszej lokalizacji i porozmawiamy sobie z ludźmi. Ja posprzedawałam trochę rzeczy, w międzyczasie też zrobiłam awans naszej drużyny i poddawałam niektóre bronie i tak dalej, tak jak pasowało. Widzę, że tutaj mamy 2 zadanka, także zaraz sobie tutaj pogadamy z kimś. Chyba, że to jest jakiś fake, bo z tego co widzę, to faktycznie nic mi się tutaj nie pokazuje. Więc nie wiem, czy to nie jest jakiś bug. Chyba, że tu? No nie. Interesujące. Tak czy inaczej, ja sobie porozmawiam.
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Surprisingly well.
Okej.
Not many could feed these people, let alone their mounts. Makes me wonder what you're capable of.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
Super. Widzę, że Blackwall sobie tutaj siedzi, więc na pewno będziemy mieli jakąś scenkę. Porozmawiajmy z nim. A jednak nie. Chyba to wszystko już rozmawialiśmy. Tak mi się wydaje.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Ale ciekawe, że sobie tutaj siedzi. Dobra, wiecie co? Ja pobiegam sobie tutaj i jeżeli z kimś będziemy mieli jakąś głębszą rozmowę, to do Was wrócę. Oho, i widzę, że mamy Kalena.
The smugglers we interrogated gave up the Red Templar's main source of red lyrium, Inquisitor. It's located in the Dales, near a town called Sarnia. Destroying the mine there will cripple Samson's operations.
Dobra robota.
Excellent work, Commander. I'll investigate the mine.
Destroying the Red Templar's source of lyrium will be a loss Samson won't soon forget.
Okej. No i z kamieniołom. Czy jeszcze możemy sobie z sobą porozmawiać o czymś? Czy to była tylko taka krótka scenka? O, uwielbiam to.
Vote all you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please, don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won. And I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
Uwielbiam Doriana.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Oczywiście.
Prepare the board, Commander.
Jeszcze ten napis
As
dawaj.
a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Now the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
O. Opowiedz o swojej rodzinie.
You have siblings.
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Oh, it's my turn.
Grajmy uczciwie.
All right, let's see what you've got.
Lubię tę scenkę, jak ma się romans z nim.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
Okej, tu już mamy serduszko, no ale wiadomo, my tutaj celujemy w Solasa. Formalności są zbędne.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. I believe this one is yours. Well played.
Także wcale nie musieliśmy oszukiwać, tak czy inaczej wygraliśmy sobie z nim. No ale cóż, w końcu nie bez powodu jesteśmy inkwizytorem. Kalen, czy jeszcze coś?
At your service.
Chce pomówić o nas? Zacznij romans z Kalenem? Nie, no bez przesady. Masz mi coś do przekazania?
Is there anything I should know?
Sarah brought me a piece of cake. She thought I looked
O!
hungry.
Why are you telling me this?
Because it was either an act of kindness or a trap. I was hoping you knew which.
Dobra.
That's all for now.
No...
Should you require
Nie
anything,
zaczniemy sobie, mój drogi, romansu z tobą, bo w momencie, w którym pierwszy raz spróbowałam romansu z Solasem, to niestety już nie potrafię inaczej. Ale przejdźmy sobie tu. Flisa, czy chcesz o czymś pomówić? Nie. Dobra, wrócę do was, jak coś będzie.
Hey. What's been going on?
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of
Aw.
flowers to thank me for my work with the Inkwizycja.
To jest urocze.
She's so lovely.
Tak. Dobra, to już mieliśmy.
Take care.
Wejdźmy zatem sobie tutaj do środka. Na pewno Sera będzie chciała sobie z nami pomówić. Ale... Krem?
Inquisitor?
Uwielbiam.
We'll talk later.
To jest mój ulubiony utwór z Inkwizycji. Uwielbiam. Cudownie. Bardzo się cieszę, że dodali tutaj barda. Prawdopodobnie na wzór Skyrim. Ale Skyrim jest po prostu genialny i wcale się nie dziwię, że coś takiego tutaj dali. Nie, no jeszcze sobie posłuchamy. Chociaż refren.
Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you
Uwielbiam,
once were
naprawdę.
in the light, now you can see.
Got some new tricks, huh? That flashy stuff, all fire and crap. When you throw off an enemy, they get all hung up with you being on fire and miss the part where you stab them in the kidney. If you folks can do tricks like that, you might be closer than we thought to making Gatlock.
Proch Kunari jest podobny?
Is what I'm doing that close to Gatlock?
No, sorry. I just meant in terms of complexity. Gatlock keeps better than the stuff you make. More reliable, too. You want a cannon to work? Reliable is key. Cannons that aren't tend to blow up in your face.
To byłoby coś złego?
I heard Kunari guard the secret of making Gatlock pretty closely. Why is that?
It's like crossbows and longbows. Longbows are better, no contest. But it takes years to get good with one. Any idiot who can point will do damage with a crossbow. No offense to that. Gatlock cannons might not be flashy or portable like mage fire, but we can make a lot of them. Any idiot following orders can fire one. Don't have to worry about them getting possessed by demons either.
Kunari znają podobne sztuczki?
Are there Kunari warriors who do what I do?
Nah. You know how you put that alchemical crap on your clothes so your skin doesn't catch fire? Imagine trying that when you're not wearing a shirt. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you're careful and all, but I like my nipples uncauterized.
Okej.
There was actually another matter I wanted to discuss.
What you got?
Okej.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Skoro coś miał, to może będzie miał znowu?
How you doing?
Okej.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Dobrze. Idziemy w takim razie do Sery i do Cole'a.
Inquisitor, it was amazing. Sorry, slow down. Your quartermaster outfitted me, and I got training to hunt the bandits near my home, in your name. I hired Voth here. Don't tell anyone, but he's a mage. A good one, though. Thank you for trusting me, your worship. I'll pay you back, I swear.
O, zwróć wyposażenie i do roboty. Kim ty w ogóle jesteś? Mam ochotę to zapytać. Ćwicz dalej, rekrucie.
Good work. Keep with the training. We'll need every hand.
Yes. Yes, your worship. We'll do just that. Won't we, Voth? He doesn't speak, but he's thankful too.
Okej. Mamy nową operację dzięki temu, świetnie. Jak widzicie, czasami warto sobie pomówić chociaż chwilę z jakimś NPC-kiem. A tak, tutaj mamy serę.
Hey, it's you again.
Nie pasujesz do inkwizycji. Nie no, bez przesady. Dobra. W takim razie wracaj do swoich zajęć.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
W ogóle bardzo często przy serze pojawia mi się, żeby wracała, jakby, że nie pasuje do inkwizycji. Nie do końca mi się to podoba. Ale cóż.
Faith seeks a friend in compassion, cautious, careful, too much grey but growing.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Koł. Jest niesamowite. Dobra, niebawem znowu do was wrócę.
Controlled space.
Jest!
Good book?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you blushing?
What would I have to blush about?
You tell me.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields. The latest chapter.
Czyli przeczytałeś wszystkie.
So you like to read? What's wrong with that?
It's frivolous. There are more important things for me to do.
That's just her favorite.
Nobody asked you to winter.
I couldn't finish the last one you lent me. I actually feel dumber for having tried.
It's literature. Smutty literature. Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Powinnam ją przeczytać. No tak, tutaj romans, no ale... Kasandra może mieć romans tylko z mężczyzną. Cieszę się.
Why not? I think Varric would be pleased to have another fan.
Pleased? Yes, that's one word for it. They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. Pretend you don't know this about me.
Czy powinniśmy powiedzieć Varricowi? Ale powiem wam, szczerze powiedziawszy, ja tutaj całkowicie rozumiem Kasandrę, bo też mam takie guilty pleasure, jakby to powiedzieć. Jak to się teraz nazywa? Fairy porn? Tak, coś w tym stylu, wiecie, jakieś takie niby fantasy, niby romansik, ale no. Bardzo popularny gatunek ostatnio, także całkowicie rozumiem. Oczywiście, że idziemy do Varrica i kurczę, już chciałam na miniaturę dać Kalena i nas grających w szachy, ale to przebija wszystko. Varric, muszę ci coś powiedzieć. Nie jestem Hawk. Hawk w ogóle jakby się ucieszyła z tego, żeby powiedzieć Varricowi.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
Specjalne.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my books.
Ona je uwielbia.
She's a pretty big fan, in fact.
Are we talking about the same Cassandra? Tall, grumpy seeker, like stabbing things? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
O. Kassandrze chyba się podoba.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought a hole in the sky was the weirdest thing that could happen. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial for Kasandry?
Mhm.
Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the book.
Zgoda.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
Okej, wracamy do Kasandry. Bo oczywiście tak to polega. W teorii powinno minąć trochę czasu. Ale doskonale wiemy, jak to działa. Także zaraz sobie zobaczymy cudowną scenę, którą uwielbiam i kocham. Cześć, Kas!
What have you done now?
I get it, Seeker. You're still sore after our spat.
I'm not a child, Varric. Do not suggest I am without reason.
A peace offering. The next chapter of Swords and Shields. I hear you're a fan.
This is your doing.
Mhm.
I was hoping you'd be happy about it.
Well, if you're not interested, you're not interested. Still needs editing anyhow.
Wait!
You're probably wondering what happens to the Knight Captain after the last chapter.
Nothing should happen to her. She was falsely accused.
Well, it turns out the guardsman...
Don't tell me!
Se wzięła.
This is the part where you thank the Inquisitor. I don't normally give sneak peeks, after all.
Kassandra mocno pochwala.
Thank you.
Dziękuję, Wariku.
Varric's the one you should be thanking.
I am but a humble servant to my loyal readers.
I wonder if I have time to read the first part.
Don't forget to tell all your friends, if you have any. Completely worth it.
Oj, Warik. Dobra. Cudownie. Pogadajmy sobie z Kas. O, powaga.
Planning troop movements now.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
Czynimy dobro.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means. I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Godne podziwu cele?
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
That didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
Podziwiasz mnie?
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do.
Aww.
I may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
Słucham swojego sumienia.
I'm guided by what my conscience tells me.
Your conscience must speak more clearly than mine.
I doubt it. but I do my best.
Think of it. Like Andraste long ago, once again the fate of Thedas will be determined by a woman. It makes me proud to know you.
O. Zostajmy przyjaciółmi.
I hope we can call each other friends.
I hope so too. We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
To naprawdę było urocze. Jeszcze coś byś chciała pogadać?
I trust all is well.
Pomówmy o remedium na wyciszenie. Jesteś romantyczką, o.
So, that book you were reading?
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
Absolutnie nic.
Oh, I quite agree with you.
Then why are you laughing at me?
I wasn't.
I will never hear the end of this, will I?
Dokładnie tak to działa, ale pomówmy o tym remedium na wyciszenie, skoro to
What do you
mamy.
need, my friend?
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
Ale zamierzasz to zbadać?
But you are going to look into it.
That is my intent. I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
O, to jest akurat całkiem słodkie. Chciałabym cię prosić o radę?
Do you have any advice for me?
Watch the new recruits. Liliana says spies are inevitable, and I agree.
No to chyba właśnie
Another time, then.
jednego sobie wzięliśmy. Dobra, lecę do reszty.
Or are you just here to admire the dwarf?
Wierzysz, że jestem heroldem?
Tell me the truth, Varric. Do you actually think I was sent by Andraste?
Shit. This is going to be awkward. I guess I do. Either you're guided by the hand of some higher power, or you have the worst luck.
Wierzysz w Andraste?
I wouldn't have pegged you as an Andrastian.
It's a great story. It's got heroism, love, betrayal, and random musical numbers. What's not to like? I don't have a nug in this race. It could be bullshit, it could be true. I'll never know. But I like the idea that maybe you could save the world with a song.
No. To nie ma nic wspólnego z wiarą.
That's not a reason to believe in me. It might actually be the opposite.
Look at all the shit that's happened to you. You were saved from the explosion that leveled a mountaintop and fell out of the Fade. You traveled through time, faced down one of the ancient magisters who started the Blights, had a mountain fall on you, and lived. One of those things would be impossible. All of them together? That's a miracle.
Więc mam boskiego pecha?
So, on the basis of my extraordinarily bad luck, you think I'm Andraste's herald?
If you know the story of Andraste, you know that bad luck is sort of her thing.
O, to było w sumie całkiem godne rozmowy. Nie jestem pewna, czy chcę iść teraz do Solasa. Czy on coś tutaj wydziwia? Hello.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
You shamed him when you destroyed
Oh.
him. Spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Divinta.
Okej.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
O, pożegnał się z nami po elficku. Świetnie. Chodźmy najpierw do Juzi, zanim pójdziemy do tych, którzy są na górze. O!
Inquisitor, I must speak.
Dużo scenek gdzieś mamy.
What is it? I must explain something first about the Montillier's fortunes. I remember you said your family had been forbidden from trading in Olay. It's devastated our finances. The Montillier's have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
O, przykro mi to słyszeć.
I had no idea your family's situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Nie jesteście naprawdę biedni.
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Mogę pomóc?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montillier's as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Kto to zrobił?
Do you have any idea who murdered them?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
Co mu to da?
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Jeśli to ci pomoże, pójdę.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means you are too kind. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
Okej, spotkaj się z Józefiną w Val Royaux. I myślę, że możemy sobie to zrobić następnym razem.
It's good to see you.
Mam bardziej osobiste pytanie. Antivi, co cię łączy z Lelianą? To mieliśmy? Dobra, do zobaczenia.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
I chodźmy sobie dalej. Dorian stoi bardzo sztywno, więc pewnie będziemy mieli też z nim scenkę. Prawda.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The blight caught up with him.
Oh.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Byliście razem?
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No, I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life, by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, You knew things could be better.
A co z tobą?
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
O, to również było urocze. Dzisiaj naprawdę dużo dobrych słów mamy.
Here we are again.
Opowiedz mi o tym, Aleksiusie.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Dlaczego?
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son. I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while and then we drifted apart.
O, naprawdę mi przykro.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
Brakuje ci go?
Was it hard being away from him?
It was hard not having a patron, yes. I'm not exactly built to fit in. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sad, really.
No.
I should go.
I do rather like watching you leave.
Oj, Dorian. Dobra, chodźmy jeszcze na górę zobaczyć, czy Leliana ma coś do powiedzenia. U Vivien już byłam i ona nie ma nic do powiedzenia. Gdzie tutaj jest to wejście? Ach, tutaj. Dobra. I chyba mam, bo jej tu nie ma. A jednak i nie. Bla, 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 bla. Co słychać?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okej, to na raka.
I'll leave you to your work.
No cudowny widok. Naprawdę jest tutaj przepięknie. Ale zrobimy coś, co wszyscy lubimy najbardziej, czyli skoczymy sobie do Solasa, ale chyba nie tędy. Dobra. Skoczymy sobie z tej strony. Dobra, spadajmy to. To już mieliśmy. Ui! A właśnie. A gdzie on jest? Tu jest.
Hello.
Aha. No dobra.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
I właśnie myślę, że z tym akcentem sobie zakończymy ten odcinek. Dzisiaj było naprawdę bardzo dużo cutscenek i myślę, że wam się podobało. Mieliśmy naprawdę całą masę ciekawych rzeczy z naszymi bohaterami. Słuchajcie, tutaj w ogóle coś jest. Coś mi tu mówi. Matka Giselle nagle się pojawiła. O, a już miałam kończyć.
My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions.
Dorian.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that.
Aha, już chyba wiem
I
co.
have been in contact with his family. House Pavas out of Carinas. Are you familiar with them?
Nie są w dobrych stosunkach.
He's mentioned his family. They don't appear to be on good terms.
Yes. I believe you're correct. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
Jakiego rodzaju spotkania?
Just what kind of meeting do they have in mind?
I believe they just want to talk, to understand why Dorian felt he had to come here. Somewhere private, away from Skyhold, but not into winter. You make them nervous, I think. They don't understand why he's here with the Inquisition. They want him to come home.
A jeśli się nie zgodzi?
What happens if Dorian doesn't agree?
Hopefully that will be the end of it. If not, well, that's why you should be there.
Czemu się z tobą skontaktowali?
Why would his family contact you?
Because they don't know you, Inquisitor. I am not of the Imperial Chantry, but they know what I represent. These are parents concerned about the welfare of their son. How could I not do whatever possible? I would speak to the young man myself, but he does not care for me. Thus I come to you. If any good can come of this, we must try.
Mam mu nie mówić?
They don't want Dorian to know. That seems odd.
They believe the young man would refuse, and the letter implies he'd have cause. Yet they are remorseful for whatever came before. This is a chance for dialogue. There is deceit in bringing the young man to this meeting without his foreknowledge, I know. But does it not lead to a greater kindness if there is potential for reconciliation?
To autentyczna prośba?
Are you sure this isn't some kind of trap? I mean, the secrecy.
That did occur to me. What if it is a plot of those mages, the Venatori? Another reason to put this in your hands, Inquisitor. I pray that isn't the case. But if it is, you are far better equipped than I to respond to such treachery.
Rozważę to. Chociaż nie chcę oszukiwać Doriana, może to...
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family...
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
Wasza wielebność. Rozumiem, że nie jesteś w stanie przyprowadzić Doriana na potajemne spotkanie. Nawet prosząc o to, trudno mi uwierzyć, że to możliwe. Zważywszy, że mój syn wyrzekł się wszelkiego kontaktu, to jedyny sposób. Znam go. Byłby zbyt dumny, by przybyć, gdyby wiedział, że nawet tylko po to, by porozmawiać. A jedynie na tym nam zależy. Myśl o Dorianie przebywającym na południu i narażającym się na taki szwank niepokoi nas bardziej, niż potrafimy wyrazić. Jeśli jednak jakoś dojdzie do skutku, nasz ordynans na wzgórzach Wandral wyczekuje przybycia Doriana, zaprowadzi chłopca do nas gdzieś w ustronnym miejscu. Jeśli Dorian stanowczo odmówi pójścia z nim, na tym się skończy. Nic więcej zrobić nie możemy. Odchodzimy od zmysłów. Z wyrazami wdzięczności. Magister Hallward z rodu Pawusów. Okej. No cóż, nie spodziewałam się, że to teraz już wyniknie. I teraz się zastanawiam, czy w kolejnym odcinku zrobimy sobie Józefinę czy Doriana, a może ich obu. Trzymajcie się, ja się już z wami żegnam. Pa, pa!